The hostel was unusually quiet that night. The rain fell in heavy sheets, drumming against the zinc roof. Thunder rolled above like an angry drumbeat, shaking the windows. Most of the boys were asleep. Their soft snores filled the dark room. The smell of wet clothes, old food, and dust hung in the air. But I was awake. Sleep refused to come. I sat on my bed, staring at the ceiling, my stomach growling from hunger. Earlier that day, I had begged a friend for food. He gave me a piece of bread, but even that had to be shared with another boy. My school fees were not complete. My pocket money had finished 2 weeks earlier. I owed people money. Some laughed at me, calling me poor boy. Others avoided me because I could not pay back their loans. Shame followed me like a shadow. I hated myself. I hated my life. That night, I kept thinking, if only I had money. As I sat there, the light bulb flickered. Once, twice, then it went out completely. Darkness swallowed the room. I heard something then, a sound that did not belong to the hostel. It was a whisper, low, cold, dry like wind blowing through a grave. Do you want wealth? I froze. My breath caught in my throat. I looked around, but everyone was asleep. Do you want wealth? The voice came again, clear this time, from behind the old wooden wardrobe in my corner. My skin prickled. My mouth went dry. I told myself I was imagining things. But then, the wardrobe door creaked. Slowly, though no one touched it. The whisper slid out once more. I can make you rich. You will never lack. Just say yes. My heart thumped loudly. I could almost hear it echoing in my ears. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run. But I did neither. Instead, I whispered back, my voice trembling. Yes. The moment I spoke, the air in the room changed. It became icy cold. My breath came out in white mist, even though it was the middle of the rainy season. Then silence. No whisper. No sound. Only the steady drumming of the rain above. I sat there, shaking. I didn't know what I had just done. But deep inside, a part of me felt something had shifted. Something had entered my life. When morning came, I thought it was all a dream. Maybe hunger had played a trick on me. Maybe my tired brain had imagined it. But when I looked at my locker, my chest tightened. A brown envelope sat there. Neat. Clean. I had not placed it there. My fingers shook as I reached for it. It was heavy. I tore it open. Money. Plenty of money. Crisp, fresh notes. I counted them quickly. It was far more than I had ever held in my life. I looked around the hostel. The others were busy dressing for school. No one seemed to notice the envelope. No one claimed it. I asked 2 of my roommates if they had dropped something on my locker. They both shook their heads. I said nothing else. I quietly hid the envelope inside my box. That day, I ate well. I bought rice, beans, meat, and even soft drink. I paid a small part of my debt. For the first time in a long while, I walked around with my head high. But deep in my heart, I remember the whisper. That night, as the hostel settled into silence again, the voice returned. "This is only the beginning," it said. "If you want more, there will be a price." I swallowed hard. Fear gripped me. What price? I whispered into the dark. The light flickered once, then died. The air turned cold again. I heard soft footsteps across the floor, though no one was there. Then a faint laugh, low and mocking. "Do not ask yet. You will know when the time comes." My chest tightened. I lay in bed, unable to move. The sound of the rain outside returned, mixed with the distant croak of frogs. But I did not sleep, not a single minute. Days passed, then weeks, More envelopes appeared, sometimes on my locker, sometimes under my pillow. Once, I even found one inside my notebook in class. Each time, it was filled with money, fresh, untouched notes. Nobody ever saw who put them there. Nobody ever asked about them. At first, I was careful. I only bought food and small things. But soon, I could not hide it anymore. I changed my clothes. I bought new shoes. I upgraded my phone. I cleared all my debts. I even gave money to some boys who used to mock me. They began to call me Big Boy. They asked where the money came from. I just smiled and said, I have my ways. But I knew the truth. The money was not ordinary. One evening, after night prep, I stayed back in the classroom. The others had left. I wanted to read alone. The classroom was quiet. The only sound was the scratching of my pen on paper. Suddenly, the bulb above me buzzed. It flickered, then went off. Darkness covered the room. I raised my head and froze. Faces, dozens of faces, pale and hollow, pressed against the classroom windows. Men, women, children. Their eyes were black holes. Their mouths moved, but no sound came out. Their hands stretched against the glass, scratching, clawing, like they wanted to enter. My heart almost stopped. My legs refused to move. Then the whisper filled the room again. They are watching you. They know the path you have chosen. I screamed. I ran out of the classroom, crashing into desks and chairs. By the time other students rushed in, the windows were empty. The classroom was normal again. They laughed at me. They said I was going mad. Some mocked me for shouting like a child. But I knew what I had seen. I knew those faces were real. I had opened a door, and now something on the other side was watching me. From that day, sleep abandoned me. Every night, the voice returned. Sometimes it whispered. Sometimes it laughed. Sometimes it called my name, dragging it out in a long, cold tone. The room would grow colder each time. The shadows in the corners would move, stretching, bending. I began to see things. Faces in mirrors, figures in the hallway, hands reaching out when I closed my eyes. But each morning, another envelope appeared. More money, more wealth. And each time, I told myself, endure it. Just endure it. You are rich now. But deep inside, I knew the truth. This wealth was not free. There would be a price. The money changed me. At first, I tried to hide it, but money always shows itself. I started eating in the school canteen every day. Rice with chicken, beans with meat, sometimes even fried yam with eggs in the morning. Other students noticed. They whispered behind me, "How did he get rich so suddenly? Who is sponsoring him?" I did not care. Let them talk. I was finally free from hunger. Soon, I bought a new school bag, then new sneakers. I even bought perfumes, something I had never owned before. Teachers noticed too. One day, my class teacher pulled me aside. "Mess hack, you've changed. Are your parents sending more money now?" I forced a smile. "Yes, sir. Things are better at home now." It was a lie, but he believed me. At home, my parents were surprised when I stopped calling to beg for pocket money. They were happy. They thought maybe my uncle had finally decided to help me. I let them believe it. The envelopes kept coming. The whispers never stopped. It began with dreams. One night, I found myself standing in a strange forest. The trees were tall and black, their branches twisted like claws. The moon above was red, glowing like blood. In the distance, I heard drums. Slow, steady beats. Dum, dum, dum. Shadows danced around me. Men, women, Children. Their faces were the same hollow ones I had seen at the classroom window. They chanted without sound. Their mouths moved, but no words came out. Then the whisper came. This time, it was louder, echoing inside my skull. Your wealth is growing, but do not forget, there will be a price. I tried to run, but the ground beneath me turned soft, like mud. Hands shot out from it. Cold, pale hands grabbed my legs, pulling me down. I screamed. I fought. I kicked. Then I woke up, sweating, my bed soaked, my chest pounding. But on my locker was another envelope, bigger than the last. I stayed at it, trembling. I wanted to throw it away, but hunger and greed pushed me. I opened it. More money. Always more money. One afternoon, as I sat under a tree eating, a girl I had never spoken to before walked up to me. She was slim, dark-skinned, with piercing eyes that seemed too old for her young face. She looked at me without smiling. "You have changed," she said. Her voice was low but sharp. I forced a laugh. "Changed how?" "You are not the same boy who used to beg for food. Something is following you." Her words made my stomach twist. "Following me? What do you mean?" I asked. She leaned closer. "You should stop before it is too late. I can see them around you. They are not human." Before I could reply, she stood up and walked away. She never looked back. That night, I could not sleep. Her words kept ringing in my ears. They are not human. 2 weeks later, something worse happened. It was during prep again. This time, I was not alone. About 5 other students sat scattered across the classroom, reading. Suddenly, the bulb flickered. We all groaned, thinking NEPA had struck again. But instead of going off, the bulb glowed brighter. So bright it hurt the eyes. Then, one by one, the other students slumped forward. Books fell from their hands. Their heads dropped on the desks. They had all fallen asleep at once. Only I remained awake. And then I heard the sound. Footsteps. Slow. Heavy. Coming from the back of the classroom. I turned. My throat went dry. A tall figure stood there. Its body was covered in a dark cloak, its face hidden in shadow. But from inside the hood, 2 red eyes burned like fire. It did not speak. It only raised one long, bony finger and pointed at me. Then the whisper filled the room again. "They are waiting. Do not fail them." My legs shook violently. I wanted to shout, but no sound came out of my mouth. Suddenly, the bulb went off. The classroom plunged into darkness. When the light came back, my classmates were awake, rubbing their eyes, confused. The figure was gone. They laughed at me when I told them. They said I was dreaming while awake. But I knew better. It was real, and it wanted me. One night, I returned from prep and found something strange on my bed. It was not an envelope. It was a piece of paper, white, folded neatly. I opened it. My blood ran cold. On it, written in dark red letters, were the words, "Payment is coming." I dropped the paper and staggered back. My heart thundered inside my chest. I looked around, but no one was watching me. That night, I did not sleep at all. Every shadow looked like a face. Every creak of the bed sounded like footsteps. By morning, the paper was gone. But another envelope had taken its place. Bigger, fatter. I stared at it, my hands trembling. Then slowly, I reached out and opened it. The money shone. So fresh, so plenty, enough to buy anything I wanted. I laughed bitterly. Wealth was mine, but so was terror. As the time went on, my wealth grew, but so did the horror. Every night, I dreamed of the red moon and the chanting shadows. Every morning, I woke to new money. The girl who had warned me avoided me now. She would not even look in my direction. My friends envied me. They thought I was the luckiest boy in school. Some even begged me to show them my secret. But how could I explain? How could I tell them that my wealth came from whispers, shadows, and faceless ghosts? I began to feel like a prisoner. The money was sweet, but the price was coming, and I could feel it drawing closer each day.